Good morning, dear students. Today is our last class. We are going to complete the syllabus and the last topic being taught. Please listen to the class. Pituitary gland. It is a small pea-shaped gland found underneath the brain, hanging from the midbrain below the hypothalamus. You can see the gland in the first diagram of the brain. The pituitary gland is marked, and this pituitary gland has three different lobes: an anterior lobe, an intermediate lobe, and a posterior lobe. You can see all the three lobes are marked in the second diagram: anterior, posterior, and intermediate, which is in between. The gland has anterior lobe and intermediate lobe as well as a posterior lobe. The intermediate lobe is almost absent in human. It does not have much function. Now let us study about the anterior lobe of pituitary gland. Anterior lobe secrete two hormones. They are growth hormones and tropic hormones. First we will discuss about growth hormones. Growth hormones are also called somatotropin, and it regulates the growth of the body. Deficiency of growth hormone in childhood causes dwarfism, but its oversecretion in childhood causes gigantism. A dwarf may have a maximum height of 2 to 2.5 feet when he or she grows to be an adult, and a giant may have a height of up to 9 feet tall. You can see from the photograph a dwarf and a giant man. Next one term is acromegaly. It is a condition that is caused in adult due to sudden oversecretion of growth hormone. It results in extra growth of bones in the face, hands, and feet, and develops a large nose and thick lips. So, acromegaly is caused due to the oversecretion of growth hormone all of a sudden in an adult. They are the key word. Okay, all of a sudden in an adult. Now let's know about tropic hormones. Tropic hormones are the hormones secreted by the anterior lobe of pituitary gland, which stimulate the secretions of the specific hormones of other endocrine gland. Due to the secretion of tropic hormones, the pituitary gland is called a master gland. So sometimes question comes, pituitary gland is a master gland. Why? This is because the pituitary gland, anterior lobe of, it is to be mentioned in your explanation, anterior lobe of pituitary gland secrete tropic hormones. These hormones stimulate the secretions of the specific hormones of other endocrine gland. That is why it is known as a master gland. Now let us know about these tropic hormones. One of the tropic hormone is the thyroid stimulating hormone. It can be said in short TSH. It stimulates the secretions of thyroid gland. Another one is gonad stimulating hormone. It can be said in short GSH, or it can be also said gonadotropic hormone. These hormones stimulate the secretions of gonads, that means male and female hormones from male and female reproductive organs. A few GSH hormones are being mentioned. They are follicle stimulating hormone, FSH, luteinizing hormone, LH, and prolactin, which stimulate the secretion of milk in female. Another thyroid Another tropic hormone is the adrenocorticotropic hormone. Adrenocorticotropic hormone or ACTH. This hormone stimulates the secretions from the adrenal cortex. You know that adrenal cortex secrete cortisol hormone. The cortisol hormone secretion is stimulated by this tropic hormone. So these are the main tropic hormone that you have to study. And here there can be pick the odd one out, like questions can come like GH, TSH, FSH, ACTH, like that question can come. Then the odd one is GH, because the other three are tropic hormones. Category of other three tropic hormones. Okay, like that question can come, pick the odd one out in short form. Next, posterior lobopituitary gland. The posterior lobopituitary gland secrete two hormones. They are vasopressin. It is also known as antidiuretic hormone, or in short ADH. And the second one is oxytocin. First, let us know about vasopressin. We have studied about vasopressin in the chapter endocrine glands. It regulates the reabsorption of water from the glomerular filtrate. In summer, it is secreted more, and in winter, it is secreted in less. Due to the influence of this hormone, the permeability of the kidney tubule increases. That means these hormones, during the summer, the water loss from the body is high due to perspiration. Therefore, this hormone will be secreted more, so that more reabsorption take place from glomerular filtrate. And at the same time, in winter, its secretion is diminished. Therefore, the permeability of the kidney tubule will decrease, and due to which the reabsorption of water from glomerular filtrate will be decreased. The deficiency of this hormone causes diabetes insipidus, or it can be also said water diabetes. You have also studied about diabetes mellitus, that is due to the deficiency of insulin. Here it is due to the deficiency of ADH, diabetes insipidus, water diabetes. The patient often feels thirsty due to excess loss of water from the body. The person who has diabetes insipidus will always feel thirsty due to the excess loss of water. And also one who take any if anybody consume diuretic substances means the substances which can increase the production of urine. In that case, this hormone secretion will be diminished. Therefore, the permeability of the kidney tubule will decrease, and reabsorption of water from the glomerular filtrate will decrease, and person will always feel to urinate. That is why those people also feel thirsty. So those who consume diuretic substances like tea, coffee, alcohol always feel thirsty and also urinate frequently due to the less secretion of or hyposecretion of ADH. Next, about oxytocin. It helps in the vigorous contraction of uterus during the childbirth, and it also stimulates milk ejection. And for milk secretion, we have studied prolactin, that is stimulate the cells to secrete milk. But oxytocin stimulates the ejection of milk from the gland through the nipple of the female. So these are the roles of different hormones secreted by the pituitary gland. In this case also sometimes the pick the odd one can come like GH, ACTH, ADH, then FSH. In such a way the question come, then the odd one is ADH, because it is secreted by the posterior lobe of pituitary gland, and the other three are secreted by anterior lobe of pituitary gland. Like that question can come related to these all hormones. So please do note down the names of the hormones studied in this chapter. Now, control of hormonal secretion or feedback mechanism. The hormonal secretion influences the body metabolism in two ways. It can be positive feedback or it can be negative feedback. When we talk about the positive feedback, this takes place very less in our body. In this, more secretion of the hormone, more will be the effect in the body. That means the secretion of hormone will will be directly proportional to its outcome. That means example is that if more oxytocin is secreted, the contraction of uterus will be more. Like that, if more growth hormone is secreted, growth will be more. So they are directly proportional. Secretion of hormone is directly proportional to that of the influence in the body. Another is negative feedback. Most of the feedback mechanism in our body is the negative feedback type. In this case, the hormone is secreted less, uh, more the hormone is secreted, less will be the outcome in the body metabolism. They are inversely proportional. That means suppose one hormone is secreted more and its outcome in the body means its result in the body will reduce the metabolic activities. Like if there is very good example is the more the insulin is secreted, less will be the sugar level in the blood. So they are inversely proportional. More insulin, less sugar. Like that, more ADH is secreted, then urine output will be less. Like that. This is called a negative feedback mechanism. Okay, please revise this chapter once again, and also do the review questions. All those review questions are very easy to do. They all are direct questions. You can easily solve it. Please do it. And if you find a problem with the review questions to solve, then please do WhatsApp to me in my personal number. Accordingly, I will prepare the answers and will send it to you. Okay. That's all for today, and this is the final class. Wish you all the best for your examination as well as for your bright future. My all blessings and prayers will be always with you. Okay, thank you, dear students. I miss you a lot. Okay, thank you. Have a nice day. Wish you all the best once again.